this is scary. I don't care what people think. I just wish some people would really get involved like you or somebody, at least learn what's the heck's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not my job. It's not my problem. I tell us, excuse me, not your problem. It is your problem. They're hurting they're hurting your kids. Who's going to run this country pretty soon,
Amen.
But anyway, that night there was a federal guy that just got transferred from down South America to Albuquerque. And he met with us, and he helped us pull this whole raid at 5:30. I was pulling out of my driveway going to a meeting in Albuquerque, and all these police, it was undercover coming through. That we had all the places. I can tell you where all the places are right now.
Wow.
All the druggies are.
Cool.
What good is it? I mean, that they have to take an interview. They have to take pictures or catch you 5 times before they can do anything.
5 times. Multiple times anyway. Jeez.
No, so anyway, it was interesting. I never told Laura because she would have a fit. But we would meet here on Monday nights because it was slow or still open in the room. And we had all these kind of peacemakers. I had people from the pen coming talking to us, how they were, even in the pen, they're running the drug deals.
Yeah.
They're running it from the pen. They have places open in Albuquerque that are legitimate business. Laura said, well, you know too much, Mom. And I said, I know I do, but I'm just telling you. But the police have to know, right?
Yes, absolutely.
There's people there, could be here, a woman, one time she was here, the police were going on a raid and she informed all the judges.
Yeah.
And I knew she was, but now we couldn't catch her. Now she's very sick, so I like her, but but do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
But I'm just telling you that this country has to be, I don't mean to be involved, learn what our kids are going to, learn our school what they're going to, learn what they need in school. You know what I mean?
It's sad. It's almost, you feel helpless sometimes. Yeah? There's so much to do, and the suggestions you make are common sense, but people just yawn it through, I guess. But it does get through, and it has, thanks to your help here in the community.
I'm just, I'll do anything for the kids.
Tirelessly you've worked.
I'll do anything. I have 2 scholarships at Lano Foundation, one at the community college. And there's some
Tell me about those scholarships.
They're wonderful. Lano's had them for years. And
Lano?
Los Angeles National Lab Foundation. I've been on board on that board for years. I'm retired, and several boards. But anyway, we started there, and where it comes from, it's the employees that donate so much out of their paychecks every week. And so many people in northern New Mexico have really done well because we weren't reaching Las Vegas, more, all these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we started it with the help of, it was Senator Bingaman, Domenici, and Richardson. They started getting us some money. And then then we raised money. And now they have quite a bit of money, and they have a wonderful scholarship, and we try to reach the communities that they can. Yes, your grades mean a lot, but also if you need help, and these people have gone to Harvard, gone to Yale, almost full scholarship.
Wow.
So that's good. And then when this one started, I can't think of his name, from Santa Fe, he was a good friend, and then I was on that board, and we started having scholarships there, because I have one there. And so what happened is, I remember, I can't think of her name, she's a very popular woman in Santa Fe, she's gone now, in Espanola, and so it was in community. And so we're sitting there, and someone says, well, we need to raise $1 million. And of course, I was past chairman of chamber and all that. And I'm sitting there, and as a business person, I says, okay, I hate to tell you, but that money is not here in Espanola. I think it's wonderful. It's well above that, but I think it's wonderful. But why can't we do 500 and reach a goal and you achieve something? Does that make sense to you? You know what I mean? And that's what we did. And then it took off. We got to now, I help with the nursing program there. I was on the board of McCurdy. We were struggling paying nurses' salaries. We were struggling because, and someone had donated, and these kids were graduating, or people, and getting their, it's just the entrance into nursing, you're getting good job, weren't paying back. And I said to the board, being an accountant, I always look where the money is going to, it was coming for poor people in the Midwest on, low incomes. I said, this is ridiculous. They can pay us back and they're not. At the time, God, I can't remember her name, she was a wonderful woman on the board, she was the president. And I said, they were starting a nursing program, okay?
Yeah.
I said, why don't we join forces? Let her take over. She's going to eventually get more money from the state and whatever. And they said, and so we had somebody grant this equipment for $35,000. So we got the permission from them. Could we transfer that to a public school? Okay. And the two of the nurses were going to go there. One retired. So I met with oh God, I can't think of her name. She was great, Valdez was her last name. And so I said to her, this is what I want to do. So she says, Florence, we've already done our budget. What would it take? Well, if we transfer everything over here, you're going to have to give me $60,000 for the first year, 30 for the second, 30 for the third.
Wow.
Okay?
120,000?
Well, we went with it. I had so much flack. How come you give to a public school and all this money? The legislature went with it. She helped me. We didn't even pay half of the second or the third. Today they have an RN program, and that's what I was hoping for.
There you go. Dream come true.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But but people will work with you if you're honest and
Forthright. That's you. You are honest, and you can tell. You see, I've always said, people who are dishonest and a-holes, excuse the word, they can't hide that in 5 minutes when you interview them or talk to them. It comes through. And likewise with people who are generous of their time and dedicated to their project, their dream. That's you, full of charm, full of perseverance, and a loved person. And let me ask you while we're on that subject. We all have our tick, tick, tick time where we say goodbye. What would you like to be known as, Flo? Remembered as? Everybody that is going to be for years driving by Rancho de Chimayó and say, oh, I remember Flo. What would you like them to remember of you, Pi? Hi there. The Spanglish Show with Nelson Martinez proudly welcomes our new sponsors. That's right, La Mexicana Tortilla Company. Oh boy, it'll bring you the greatest food and taste and service every time. Thank you to you and Flor de las Flores Dispensary, your go-to spot for care and good service. Thank you. Gracias for supporting our show and community. Really nice to hear that. Stay tuned and stay connected.
What do you mean your DJ canceled? Don't panic, Lessman's can help you. You can rent a sound system for your event at Lessman's Pro Audio and Lighting, and they can also show you how to use the sound system you rent. Don't forget, Lessman's also has film equipment, projectors, screens, plus much more. Make your event more memorable with Lessman's Pro Audio and Lighting. Visit Lessman's today at 5413 Lomas Northeast or online at lessmans.com or call 268-2111. That's 268-2111. Lessman's Mean Gear.
I believe that you should belong to associations, not for a year or two, or go the road. So many of them I went from nothing to president, okay? And I learned, where you learn so much about communities, everything, okay? And I think that people should give back something of their time, just like now, for this department, or this thing. This is so important. I think that people think, well, let the other guy do it. But there's people like me that have already gone on. Like I said, the Taggers, the Heels, everybody, the older people who did everything. The younger people don't want to get involved. They need to be involved.
It's too busy. It's too busy for everybody. I got to go do this. I got to go do that.
I don't know how busy they.
You know busy.
I am always, and even now, I just had my checkup, and the doctor said, I don't know what you're doing, but don't stop. I says, working. If that's working, gork, he said.
Yes.
No, but anyway,
And
you know.
smiling all the time.
Yeah.
Go to humor.
Yeah.
You're wonderful.
No, that's what I'm saying. I just think you've given back a lot, you know, even with your music. You understand what I mean? I think that it's selfish if you think, you know, all right, if you get to the top, well, you had help, I don't care. You have family, take care of your families. And it doesn't have to be financial. Go visit them.
Ahí está.
You understand what I mean?
Eso, right there.
Or somebody, I sent out a bunch of, until I can do it, Valentine cards to friends.
Yeah.
Some of them have nobody, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what I mean? Just, I lost about 10 people that I used to send to last year, passed away. I mean, they were older, but, you know, but
Yeah, I know what
they
you
did a
mean.
lot, you know?
Yeah.
And I just say, I don't know, but, you know, just after school, maybe, you know, we had the Boys and Girls Club here. We were doing so good. Sue Ellen, we got her involved with the drugs. She got these people.
When
to
you say
get-
her, who her?
Sue Ellen, Cheryl, she worked with, we started we're part of the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay.
But she had them training in the fields and the forest to be, and they got, maybe one I think she lost at the end. He was doing well, but went back to drugs. But these people have families, houses now, and truck. You don't know how many people ask her to start again. She says, no, she put a lot of years, and I let her use the shed. I didn't charge her.
That's wonderful.
I said, you're teaching, if you're helping kids, I try to donate whatever for kids.
Yes, you are a
I mean, if
philanthropist
they're
for
doing
sure.
good in school and need a little push, I will help you.
You are a doll.
I mean, if I can, as much as I can. But, you know, that's what I think people, and then we had the Boys and Girls Club, and it was good for kids after school. The older kids in school would help the little kids, help them get through their classes.
Right.
They got paid for something.
Mm-hmm.
They had a place to go after school.
That's wonderful. Wonderful.
But
So,
now there's nothing.
back to the question.
Because nobody wants to do it.
That's right. Put in the time. Too much video gaming and all
that's
that
terrible,
other
yes.
stuff. That's another
I would
subject.
throw that thing away so fast in my whole life.
I hear you there. Yeah.
I'm not sitting there, your brain's not working.
And
Don't-
besides that, they're accumulating this violence that some kids play with and shoot that and shoot that. And don't you think that has a little bit of something to do with the violence in the country today? Oh, those video games. Anyway, that's another subject. But one more time, what would you like to be remembered as, or how?
No, that-
Besides all the generosity
Yeah,
that
but
you've
that's
put
all.
forth.
I think, you know.
I think this epitome of class and grace is good. What do you say?
Yeah, whatever.
But you are.
I just, you know, I don't know. I just.
You're very humble.
Yeah, I am.
You are, and
I don't-
everybody loves that.
And I don't, you know, I just think that's important.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be sitting there a multimillionaire, and I'm sitting here probably a restaurateur, right? We're still human beings.
Yeah.
And treat us as human beings. You know, both.
A little.
With respect.
With respect.
I remember growing up, I wouldn't cross the street when the police was there. We were so scared. You know, and today there's no respect for dignity. I respect them. You know what I mean? I think we have to get back to that. I don't know how that's going to learn. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. And first of all, and when my people come here, I tell them, the locals are just as important as the ones that come from other states.
Yes,
And
yes,
we need
indeed.
them. We need them. That's how I feel.
Well, you know, you have put Chimayó on the map, as that Pasatiempo article said. You have, and for that, I, as a Chimayoso, so much appreciate that. And you've put it in a very positive light.
Yeah.
So, from me, thank you. It's been great. Anyway, let me just say something here about the preservation you have helped make here in New Mexico. The making Rancho de Chimayó, first of all, a national treasure, and putting us, Chimayó, on the map. Every time I say, I'm from Chimayó, they say, oh, what a lovely place. And I think they're talking about, partly, about this beautiful
No,
place
they
and
are.
the
They're
church.
talking about the valley, too.
The valley,
Yeah,
the whole
valley
deal.
will-
Yeah. I'm just glad that people come to visit El Santuario de Chimayó, especially Holy Week and so on, as I was an altar boy there, so it means something
that's what I'm
special to
saying.
me.
In fact, Santa Fe I'm worried about, with all those new apartments I'm worried about.
Oh, my God.
Because they're driving away to come up to the towns. They want to see, I mean, just the road to Taos is gorgeous. And even going the other way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the landscape and the pictures, and it's not crowded. I mean, you know, and people are nice to them. Well, you know, even probably the druggies, but, you know, I don't know what the answer is to that. I don't know.
Well, I think we're pretty much.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Flo, for helping.
Well, you made it easy because I don't like to do.
Oh, I know. It is tough to do an interview. You never know what.
I don't like to talk about myself. That's why.
Well,
I like to listen about you, but I like that.
And thank you for all the years that you may have tuned in to Channel 7.
Well, I remember your mom and your sister, and I don't know your brother that well
Nick,
that lives
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Does he still have his place?
Yeah, he's still over here where I was born, right there at our house. I visit him now and again, and I see my room where I was born. I go, oh my God, I was
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
It's great. It is really
Yeah.
great. And so when I come here, I get the batteries recharged.
Well, you know what? It's so funny when the customers call me at locals and I can't get them in. Well, that's our restaurant. What do you mean you can't get us in? You know? I said, well, come all winter and then we'll have a deal.
Hi there. The Spanglish Show with Nelson Martinez proudly welcomes our new sponsors. That's right, La Mexicana Tortilla Company. Oh boy, it'll bring you the greatest food and taste and service every time. Thank you to you and Flor de las Flores Dispensary, your go-to spot for care and good service. Thank you. Gracias for supporting our show and community. Really nice to hear that. Stay tuned and stay connected.
What do you mean your DJ canceled? Don't panic, Lessman's can help you. You can rent a sound system for your event at Lessman's Pro Audio and Lighting, and they can also show you how to use the sound system you rent. Don't forget, Lessman's also has film equipment, projectors, screens, plus much more. Make your event more memorable with Lessman's Pro Audio and Lighting. Visit Lessman's today at 5413 Lomas Northeast or online at lessmans.com or call 268-2111. That's 268-2111. Lessman's Mean Gear.
Oh yeah, you had famous people come here. You have.
Well, we have, you know, and now not, maybe it's on and off, you know, some of the people that worked here are singers like Jackie McCarty brought them.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah, and Geneva Chavez.
Yes.
Yeah, she brought them in here, you know. And so we do, you know, we had a couple just recently. But what happens is, I don't know if they think that there'll be, I don't know. But they do. But I think I've had, you know, like Mrs. Kennedy before her, Jackie.
Wow.
And,
how about Allie McGraw? She lives in Santa Fe.
Yeah, you're growing up, and I can't remember.
Shirley MacLaine lives in Santa Fe. She ever
Yeah.
come here that you recognize, maybe?
That's what I'm saying. But so, and that's it. And, you know, the other thing they'll say.
Or at least I thought she lived there.
Yeah, and the only thing I can tell you is that people say to me, well, why do people keep coming back? I mean, this long a restaurant usually doesn't exist or something. And so I will tell you what I tell them is that people will come up to me almost on a daily basis here. I was here 30 years ago. I was here 40 years ago. I was here 20 years ago. I got engaged here. My kids, we had their baptism, we came here, and we had graduations here. Our family had everything here. And they said, and the kids used to run up there and everything. So that's what I'm saying. I says, as long as these people keep coming back, they're telling people, and that's why I have people. I mean, that's all. That could be
Simple as that.
Yeah, and I think the food, because it is as close to what Grandma made.
And your cooks are from here. They're all local. Yeah, your local cooks, chefs.
Yeah.
What
That's
don't,
yeah. They
what couldn't
cook. They
one
know
not
how to
like
cook.
about
I mean,
that?
they know the chili, and it's just, you know. And
You have a pretty good place here, pretty large size. How many people does it seat?
Here? Well, for down
it's
here
open.
and inside, not counting outside, we don't, it's supposed to be by the fire department, 187.
Okay.
But when we do outside, we don't sit inside. So in case it rains, we move them inside.
Sure, sure.
You have to think ahead, you know what I'm saying?
You have, that's for sure, that's your knack. You think ahead.
Yeah, I think what's gonna, just like the Reverend son called me, I have to talk to her. I told Syl to call her on not on
14th of February,
Valentine's
yeah,
Day.
yeah.
And then it's good, it's not Lent, so you know what I mean? You know, they can eat what they want, so, and we're working on specials, and you know, so that's what I'm saying.
Torta de huevo is a beautiful piece of dish for the Lenten season.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
that you
yeah,
said
she
that.
gets good on Good Friday. But the other thing is, I had I can't think, the Masonic Temple that we have downtown.
Yes.
They have a group. They do a lot of things. Hospital for kids. We had a group in St. Louis. Not this past summer.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure. And they came. I don't know what they were doing in Santa Fe. There were only about 20 people.
Yeah.
Because they were getting to open a big hospital in St. Louis, and so they were here. You know, if I try to talk to them afterwards, I, tell them as much as I can today. But then in this area, and so he was walking around, the man, and so he was eating. And he came up to me and he says, "What's your secret?" And I get nervous. I said, "Okay, I don't know what you mean." He says, "I own 6 restaurants in St. Louis,
Oh, yeah.
and not one of them served the food as good as I had to."
There you go. Man, what a compliment, huh?
So that's what I can say. And that's why, and then one day, and so then we went to the interview. He says, "You're not," I says, "I don't know what to tell you, sir. I just know that, first of all, I don't cut quality. We kept the quality even during all this thing
COVID
we went
and all
through,
of that.
even till today. We still one of the only ones that have pure honey on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not with the cornstarch, and we haven't cut it. And that's what I think you have to do is, put the tablecloth, keep it, so it's nice to come back."
I've heard some people say, just now that you mentioned real honey, I've heard somebody tell me, do you know they serve real honey, not that high fructose syrup? That's what it means to a lot of people.
See, that's what I'm saying. Good quality meat, good of everything, and I tell them that's one good thing. You can't change it, and this has only been reading restaurant books, that a lot of New York restaurants hurt in the pandemic because they try to cut corners, or any big restaurant, any restaurants, they were cutting corners. You can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, people know a lot more about food than when I started or grew up, okay?
Yeah.
And I know that. And I think if you come to a restaurant once a month or even twice a year, you expect the same thing, and that's what surprises them. It hadn't changed. It's the same food.
And
I never changed the quality.
And very few changes in personnel. That's why you have a consistent, beautiful
Yeah,
flavor right
yeah.
out of that kitchen. Talk directly to the thousands of people in one nutshell that you think about them coming here, maybe that. You just want to thank them or whatever you want to do.
Oh, I do. I can think that I thank all our customers every single day, because we would not be here without people. It's a people business, and thousands of people, or even my staff. When you interview me, it's my staff. I always say, I don't care who you are. It's not one person that wins that Super Bowl, okay? I'm not one person that wins it. I have to have somebody behind me, working with me, helping me, and doing good things. And that's how I feel. You really have to keep it up and not change it. Sometimes we make a mistake. You're human beings. If there's too salty or something, we'll fix it. We'll fix anything. But you gotta tell us. If we screw up, tell us, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's what it is. It's not, that's what I say. It's just not me, it's everybody. And I always compliment my staff, and they know it, and I take care of them with other ways, okay?
Pass me the sopapillas.
Yes. Well, that was a tough one, because we went for vegetarian on that. Laura was a vegetarian for a long.
Is she coming to run this place?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but she was. But then we didn't change the lard until we could do the recipe without it, and then we took the lard out.
But I mean, is Laura gonna come here someday?
No, she's been there too long.
Yeah.
She graduated
San Antonio?
school there. She has her own little business.
Yeah.
Her daughters, they're married now in College Station. And he's now a professor at what do you call it, Texas A&M, and there in College Station. And that's only 3 hours from Laura, so you know what I mean?
She won't do it.
No, she's been gone too long.
Do you know who might take over at some point?
I don't know. I just hope somebody would.
Can Nelson Martinez be a candidate?
Yeah.
No, I'm too old to. Not too, but.
No,
also.
I don't know. It has to be. I would just have to be someone that would take care of my staff and people like I did.
Do you know anybody like that right now?
I always ask the people, how's your family? Well, how's the kids doing? You know? Oh, they're all big now. Okay, that you have to. You know what I mean?
Personal, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I probably won't remember, but I do miss a lot of the seniors.
Well, I hope that those who watch this, it could be 10 people, it could be 10,000. You know how the internet is. It can go viral across the world in a matter of whatever. So we're hoping for that, to have people remember you, those that have been here from Germany, from wherever they come. There's Florence Jaramillo. We went to her restaurant. And that kid's probably Texan. Let's say that.
You speaking of Germany, not last past summer, the summer before, some guy on TV was running ads 3 weeks to come here.
Oh, no kidding.
In Germany, and German people came because of the ads. And
Wie geht es Ihnen? Gut,
yeah,
danke.
and I don't know that. Sometimes people see things and I don't even know that they're written up,
Yeah.
So, and I'm grateful. I
Of
think,
course.
those things like this helps Chimayó too, because everybody isn't bad here. There's a lot of wonderful people living here, and I would never move. I thought I would retire in San Antonio with Laura. About 12 years ago, I said, Laura, that's not going to happen. I'm going to be buried here, I'm living here, and God sent me here. That's all I know. I don't know how I got here, but that's how, that's how I feel, I had a mission, and I've been happy here.
I thought I knew Flo. I know her better and love her even more.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Much.
Hi there again, and welcome back to the Nelson Martinez Spanglish Show. It's actually a little Spanish, a little English, suit yourself. We're having a great time. We're having so much positive feedback. We've only been on the air since Thanksgiving of 2024. Imagine that. Already we've got all kinds of followers, all kinds of views. So we appreciate it very much. And we've also picked up some sponsors. Just a 15-second commercial to tell you about the things that are happening that are good for you. Más o menos, just so you'll know. So if you want, by the way, have a business you want to promote, come on board. You're more than welcome. And you're going to reach a lot of people with your product. Okay, thank you for tuning in as well.
The Spanglish Show with Nelson Martinez is a video podcast that features interviews with prominent people. A former news anchor for Channel 7 in Albuquerque now hosts this show to share his insights and conversations with a New Mexico and worldwide audience.
Okay, welcome back to the Spanglish Show with Nelson Martinez. I think you remember me from Action 7 News many, many years.
The Spanglish Show with Nelson Martinez. With guests like Noberta Frescas, Val de la O, New Mexico musicians and artists, politicians, judges, actors, and more. The Spanglish Show with Nelson Martinez, a dynamic new video podcast series, highlighting successful and influential figures from Albuquerque. The show dives into topics such as success, music, politics, and art, offering engaging conversations with notable guests. Drawing on over 17 years of experience as a news anchor for KOAT TV Channel 7, Nelson brings a seasoned perspective to his hosting. Website: NelsonMartinezTV.com. Coffee cups available for only $20.